What is up, traders? Today is Saturday. It's the 20th of March. We're gonna do this crypto weekly outlook. Having some technical difficulties with the internet again, obviously. So I'm gonna do my best. If I drop off, I will figure it out and re-upload. Or if I have to, I'll just do a video if it won't stay stable. So I don't know what's going on. But we're gonna rock and roll anyways. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? We're gonna take a look at Bitcoin. Right now, you got Bitcoin trading above 59,015 spot 50. This is a daily resistance level that it's right now trying to trade above it. We traded into it yesterday and closed back below it. However, if you go look at an 88-hour market structure, you can see, or 8-hour candle, you can see that you did get a closure above that level on an 8-hour time frame. So that's pretty good. But the 8-hour resistance is right there at 59,577. So it is making what looks to be some sort of a bull flag trying to break out of this area. It is making higher lows, which is good on this time frame. So if we get a closure above this area up here, 59577, I don't think that we'll have any trouble at all with the daily closing. If you guys don't mind, could you let me know if you can hear my voice and see the screen? Is it clear or is it blurry? Just let me know, please. That would be wonderful. Let me go over here and clear. See. Oh, it is not clear. See, I don't know what's up with this. I had it last week. It was situated. This week, not so much. So we'll just go with it. It'll be a short session. And then hopefully by tomorrow I can get it situated. But right now, Bitcoin's trying to break out. All right. That's what we're looking at. It's bullish. It's not falling below this area down here. We did have our dailies. Let's go back over here to the daily real quick. What was it? No, it was the 8-hour. Yeah, it was the 8-hour. Sorry. Everything's got me all flustered today. So right here is where we were watching this level over here, back over here at 54960. So when price traded back into that area, we were watching that area as support. And you can clearly see that you did not get an 8-hour closure below that level, even though it attempted to do so on many occasions. This thing is pushed up out of there on a strong note. So that's good. And you have currently set in a support level to the downside right here. So even as long as price is trading above 57,620, you're in good shape. All right, you can bounce around in this range. As far as I'm concerned, you can come all the way back down to 54960 again. And then as long as you're trading up in this area, you're in good shape. Looks good to you? Yeah, I heard the voice. I clicked over to this thing and can see it. I can see how it's being uploaded. It's being uploaded blurry as crap again. I don't know what's up with this, but this is the new modem too. This isn't even my old junk. This is the new part, the new one. So I don't know what's going on, but I'll call them after the stream and see what's happening. All right. So right now, Bitcoin looks good. All right. Like I said, you don't want to see any daily closures below 54960. That's this level all the way down here. All right. If this fails up here and then rolls over and then does close down there, this will essentially be a lower high that has been put in. However, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. We just have to wait and see what's going on. The dollar is going to have a lot to do with what Bitcoin does next week. All right. The dollar is one of those areas to where it can either go down from here or it could go up. People are looking for it to roll over, but as long as the interest rates are going up, I think the dollar is going to keep a bid under it, which is going to make Bitcoin's climb to the upside a little bit more difficult. So we'll see what goes on there with that. DOT is currently trying to break out right now as we speak. You did get an 8-hour closure above this highest 8-hour close that was put in all the way over here. That level is 39.602. You can see clearly you did get a closure right there above that. We are currently coming down. All right. So the level that you will want to watch to see if support holds is going to be this right here at 38.44. All right. Just this bearish candle's opening price. Price comes down to here. You want to see this area hold a support. As long as that area holds a support, then I do believe this uptrend is going to remain intact on DOTUSD. There is a longer term trend line that's coming in here that caught this support beautifully. You also have an 8-hour market structure level right there at 34.21. We've been watching that level since last week. You can see we traded down into it. We even took out this low down here, but we did not close. We closed up above the level on a bullish note. So that's extremely strong. And you can see the bullish continuation that you're having right now on this pair. So I am, especially since you got an 8-hour closure above this level here, I am expecting a small pullback and for bulls to re-engage up underneath this structure right here, possibly to push this thing up into the $42 area, maybe even 44, because you do have a bullish target right here setting above this wick. All right, that level is 42.20. So that's what we're looking for. I'm assuming that DOT is going to be reaching for this target coming this week. All right. So algo is still just chopping around. It is getting a nice little bullish push out of this area. So we held support down here. Both times we pushed into the area, and then you got bullish push. You had a retest. That was your higher low support, and now you're currently pushing higher. You even made a higher close. Now, the fact that for the last several sessions, it's been trading sideways here, that's okay. As long as you're not closing an 8-hour candle back below 1.18, it still looks good and it's still constructive, even all the way down here. Even if you get a bearish candle all the way down here, as long as it does not close below that, you're still constructive, and you have to assume that as of right now, the momentum is to the upside and it's possibly looking to test higher prices. All right. And then COMPUSD, not doing much. You made an attempt last week. We were watching this. I thought we were going to get continuation out of it. However, the sellers got more aggressive up here, and so far they have pushed price right back down into the range. So it is currently setting at a support level. We can bring this over here right up at that bearish candle's closing price. That's 425.14, and that is going to be your support currently. You are absolutely testing it right now. All right. You are absolutely testing that. So I wouldn't be looking to buy this yet. I want to see a wick thrown through it and then a close back above. There is 4 hours and 52 minutes left on this close. All right. So give it some time. Let it see what it wants to do. It is nice that it's holding support and you did get a higher close here, but you were unable to continue the bullishness of it. So it's like the sellers are just getting more and more aggressive on this thing. If you do get that closure back below there, I'm assuming that sellers are going to be able to push it down a lot lower. All right. They're going to get underneath all these wicks right here that will trigger a lot of stop losses. So you can see selling pressure is far down to the $400 area, this level all the way down here. And it's just because the 400 is a big figure. So people will automatically have limit orders to buy down there if price so chooses to go down there. I am in a trade right now on Litecoin XBT because I'm bullish on Bitcoin. So I'm not so bullish on Litecoin versus Bitcoin. As long as Bitcoin is making a climb up, then I was looking to get short on this asset. Plus, if you look in hindsight, every time, except for over here, because over here it was bullish. But since you traded away from that, every pop in price has been sold into. And there was clear support down here. You got another pop in price, and then it was sold into again. Then you got your close below. So once this closed below all of this area right here on this bullish pop, I got short. Now you get short on the wick. I got short almost right at the top. It did push up a little higher, but then it started to roll over. I took profits down here and reinitiated a short position. I didn't take all of it off. So right now my short cost basis is 3,728 Satoshis. It's indicated by this red line right here. So my position is short from this line up here. I am ultimately targeting this wick down here. That's why I got the target written on there. This thing has only low a long time ago. And there we go. Thought it was going to freeze up on me. So you can see right here, when we made this nasty sell-off and then huge bounce out of this area, that's the last time this asset's been down in these prices. So I don't know if it's going to find support down here. I'm sure it will eventually. I'm sure people are going to look to pick this up cheap, especially if they think Bitcoin's going to have a pullback. If Bitcoin does have a pullback, I would be getting out of this short position because it possibly will head higher. But you did get weekly closure below there. All right. And you are currently working on another weekly close. So if I stretch this out real big, now that I know that it's blurry again, I'll pull this line up here and you can see this was your support. You did get a weekly close. Last week you closed below it. So that was another reason for me to short that pop. All right, that pop in price, that's why I got short. And so far I've been writing this down all week. And it may have found a bottom. I don't know. It's not looking super bullish though. So I'm going to hold on to it. As you can see, this is a 4-hour chart. It's not making any attempts to trade higher, meaning taking out these closures up here. You're still just basically heading lower. So I'm going to hold on to this short position until something tells me otherwise to jump out of it. I think the position is up by like 9% right now. So it's doing all right. It's doing pretty good. Let's go back over here to the purple list. Let's go look at AAVE. Then we'll take a look at ADA, Cardano. So AAVE is just range bound. It's been range bound since we put in this low down here. Right there's your support level, 322.60. You've been range bound ever since you put in that area. You came up here and you traded up, made a high right there, and then since you've not been back. Had a big bearish engulfing, aka outside range candle right there. And since every pop in price has been sold, now the sellers are not being aggressive down here. So price is just kind of staying put, so to speak. It's moving in between 360 and 388, or you can go ahead and call it 400 bucks. So 360 to 400 bucks. It's just basically pinging back and forth. You do have a bull candle coming out of here. You have already taken out the high of this bearish candle. So it's looking better than it was, say, 2 sessions ago when this bearish candle closed lower. Now, since you did get this bearish candle close lower, it's the lowest close since any of this over here. So it closed lower than this candle. It closed lower than that candle as well. So shorts are going to be selling this pop because you got that lower close. All right. This lower close as well. So I'm assuming this is going to be shorted into again. We will see. The level that you need to get a closure above is 414.16, which is this bullish candle's closing price. You get a 8-hour candle closure above that, then you can look to see if you can take out this swing high up here. If you do take out this swing high, then you can look for higher low support to be formed somewhere around this area here if you get that push up. As long as you are not closing above 414.16, I would be looking for this to roll over lower. That's what I would be looking for, and that's what I am looking for. DOGEUSD has somehow managed to defy all odds and push up out of this area. It found support, and it's trading in a bullish wedge pattern. So it's going to break out to the upside or to the downside. I assume this thing would be done, but people are still talking about it for some reason, and that's keeping it going. I mean, it's not making any massive gains or anything since that huge push up that we had several weeks ago. But the fact that it's staying up in these price points is you gotta stay bullish. I mean, unfortunately, you don't want to short when something is trading like this, because basically it's showing you an inability to close lower. It's only going higher. Now it hasn't made a close. This is your last bullish close right here on this bullish candle. You were unable to close above it. You could see here you attempted and you failed. Now it looks like it's trying to curl back up for another test. You get an 8-hour closure above that. You can look as high as 6955075, which is simply this daily candle's opening price. That would be where your next area of support would come into play. So you could see if you get a pop out of there, you could run up to there pretty quickly. All right. So I'm not bullish on this. I can't trade it, not through Kraken or any other brokerages I have currently. So I'm just putting this out there for anybody that was trading it or is trading it. Doge versus Bitcoin, not looking so good. It definitely does not look as good as the dollar pairing. You did have a higher daily close here, but since you went sold off and you even made a lower close than this candle here, but this is still your support zone as it is still intact. And you can see you traded down into that area, but have not been able to close below it. So read from that what you will. Right now, the ball's in the Bulls' court. If they want to buy it, this was the area to buy. And only time will tell if it's going to move higher or lower. All right. And that's pretty much it on Doge. ADA looks pretty good and constructive. It looks really good and constructive. Actually, you closed above this. Let's get all these lines off of here so I can put some new ones on real quick. So this was your resistance level. You closed above it. So far, you've been testing it to see if it wants to hold as support again. And as of right now, it absolutely is. You can see that on this last 8-hour test right here, you have simply just tested the opening price of this bullish candle, and you are so far trading away from it. So that's pretty good. This is a daily candle, not an 8-hour, so apologies on that. But as long as you close above this level here, that's going to be constructive. You can trade all the way back down to 1.19 and still remain bullish, still remain constructive. You did not make a higher high, not from the wick, so that is still the bullish target. However, you did make a higher close with this bullish candle, taking out this swing high here. All right, so looks like it's bullish, looks like it's in a spot to where you might want to throw some risk on it if you want. Throw your stop loss below the wick of this bullish candle. This is not financial advice. However, if you are looking for this thing to push up higher, as this being a retracement on a strong bullish push, this is your opportunity. That's all I'm saying. All right. This right here is your opportunity. You can see clearly this swing high was resistance, has been broken, is now holding as support. And you have held on as support since yesterday. So it looks good. It looks constructive. That's a pretty wide stop, but if you're looking for it to come all the way up here and take out this wick, that's a way better than 2-to-1 trade. So it's looking pretty good. DOTBTC, still, this thing is so strong, man. Even with Bitcoin strength, it's still not able to sell off. We have nasty wicks on this, but that was the same day that we had the nasty wick on ETH, on Kraken. Kraken is, I don't know what went on that day, but it wasn't good, and you can see that. So it makes it difficult to trade this. As of right now, on DOT versus USD, it's currently trying to break out, but you can see DOT versus Bitcoin is trading up into an area where sellers are going to re-engage. This is your area where people would be looking to short, all right? And it looks like right now it is rejecting, but remember, there is 4 hours until the 8-hour close, so that's still a lot of time for this 8-hour closure. Or I'm sorry, this is a daily, my bad. Let's go look at the 8-hour though and see what's going on with it, because we got our daily levels. So yeah, you got an 8-hour closure above that level, but you are currently testing back in. This could just be a retest and it's getting ready to head higher. But if you look at the structure of the market, if you even throw a trend line on there, you have not made any significant higher highs. Well, I guess you did. You took out that trend line. So that's bullish in itself. You are trading on the other side of that trend line. So technically that's a breakout. So I would not be shorting it. Sellers will be looking to re-engage it right there, but with that trend line being broke out of, I'm not looking to sell this thing. This thing's going to find support somewhere possibly. So you could look for bullish opportunities. Right there is a nice area to look for support for this current 4-hour candle that's pushing down. That level 65184 is just simply the opening price of this bearish candle on a 4-hour time frame, and that's for .XBT or .Bitcoin. Let's see what Mega DAI is doing, or DAI is doing. It's heading lower, but it was strong last week. Let's go look at a weekly. Last week it was, this week it was strong. Jeez, this thing is just destroying everything. You even traded all the way up above that. So this is a pullback. This is a pullback. It's not a vicious pullback. You did take out this support level down here, but remember, you can come all the way down here before you take out this whole bullish push. As long as you're not taking out this swing low down here, this thing's still going to be constructive. People are still going to be looking to buy it. I'm saying there's probably even some sort of a bullish trend line you could throw on there. and say basically if you get a closure below that, then you'll stop looking for bullish entries. What's going on? That's what's going on. Let's close this one. Let's just shut this one down. How about that? Got two different computers up. All right, so I think that took care of it. Thank you, Karen, for becoming a new member. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's fantastic. I apologize for the clarity, guys. I will fix it. It will be fixed by tomorrow, hopefully. But thank you guys for showing up. What's up, Peru, Black Betty, Pops? What am I talking about? Pops. Pops and price, my man. Pops and price. So, like, all right, let me go over here. Let me go back to the chart where I was even talking about it. Right here, DOTXBT. All right, so this thing was bullish, moving up, right? Straight bullish. So once you made a top up here, you started to roll over. This 3 candle structure to the upside, that's a pop in price. All right, there's your bullish pop. You can see that sellers actively sold into that pop. Now, the difference between this pop and this pop is this pop found support for a very long time, and then you got a bullish pop. Now, just because the simple fact that there is a structure level right above price on the daily time frame, right here, this bullish candle, until you close a daily above this level at 667.90, this is being sold into. That's what I mean by pops. Every bullish candle, when price is currently trending down, any bullish candle is a pop in price. So it's the same scenario for a bullish market. If the price is trading up, any down move in price will be looked at as a buying opportunity because price is moving higher. So any down moves in price, people will look to buy it. Now, this is still bullish. I'm not shorting this, and I don't suggest you do it neither, but people will. Other people are. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm talking about. So this area here, if you want to buy it, wait till you get a daily closure above that level, get some kind, let price at least tell you that, yeah, it's pretty strong because it's able to close above an area that we know as traders, sellers are selling. We know it for a fact. I know they're selling this right now because I used to sell it. You know what I'm saying? People are selling this, whether it's people that bought it and now they're taking profits, or if it's just short sellers jumping onto it simply because this is a level to sell. That's your old support, and you are turned into resistance. So you had support there, broke below it. Now you're retesting it to see if it wants to hold as resistance, or is it going to be able to break above? That's all I mean by that. It's just market structure dynamics, basically. But it is currently bullish. This is a small pullback on a massive bullish move. This is nothing to sell, in my opinion. You'll get ran over if you try to sell these things when they're super strong like that. But that was pretty much it. There isn't much else going on. I mean, that's a little bullish move. You can see BNB coin did find support down here, right? Then you had a bullish push out of the area. This was your old resistance. You clearly broke that with a strong daily close. You came back, you retested it, and it currently held. You did get a daily closure below it, but the very next candle put you right back above it. So this is a bear trap. And it's still a bear trap until price closes below the low of that candle. So as long as price is trading and closing above the low of this candle, this thing is bullish. It's looking like it's getting ready to move higher. You have a nice bullish target sitting all the way up here for short sellers that got short and put their stops against that wick. So that is a target. These people that are buying down here are wanting to sell to these people up here. And I would be too, because it looks like it's trying to turn around. But when price is shimmering back and forth like this inside of a bigger range, so like basically, let me just do this real quick for you. This one daily candle right here, this big bullish daily candle, you have a closing or an opening price down here at 195 spot 371. You have a closing price up here at 333 spot 216. Every single one of these candles is trading inside of this range. So you are basically range bound, choppy. This is choppy action. It's hard to trade this stuff because it's not giving you any clear definitive action. This is a big price range though. So basically this is price in, price discovery, looking, does it want to trade lower back to the 195 area, or does it want to trade back up to the 333 area? As of right now, it's holding support and it looks like it's testing to move higher. So as long as it's moving higher, you want to look for bullish targets. But this is a big ass price range, big range right there. And this has to get taken out before any clear decisive move is going to happen on BNB USD. So if you get a close below this price down here, which I wouldn't use that price, I would use this bearish candles price because that's your last closing price down there, 210.417. As long as you're trading above that, you have to treat it as it's still bullish. You get a daily closure below that, you're coming all the way down here to 134 right there, or 135. You'll come down there and you'll test that bearish candle right there. And that's only if you get a daily closure below there. Now there's some inefficiencies in this price run up. You could go find levels on an 8-hour chart or a 4-hour chart if you so choose. Looks like on an 8-hour chart, it's just this mess here. Let's see if we got anything. Here you go. You got inefficiency. You got a closure right there. You got closure right there. So there's going to be your first 2 spots to find support at before you test that daily level at 136. But that's saying if it becomes bearish. Right now, it looks like bulls are in full control of this asset. Bears were unable to get control of it. So you got a higher low here. You got a higher high here. This, as of right now, until you close below that, is a higher low. This is bullish. It's moving to the upside. So, yeah. Look for entries. That support level that you want to look, if you get another test below, is 255.114. This level right here. That's a nice little area. Now that range for this wick low down here is going to make your stop pretty wide. Like let's just say you go right there, put your stop to there. If you're targeting the wick high, or at least this wick high over here, because that would be more realistic, that's a 3.46% trade. So you can risk 1%. As long as you don't get stopped out, you can make up to 3%. That's the direction the asset is heading. That's the trade I would look for if it was me. I can't trade this either, unfortunately. It would have been nice, but that thing is extremely bullish. I wouldn't be messing around with it. That's pretty much it. So Bitcoin's looking ultimately constructive, guys. I mean, this thing is, you're not far from testing all-time highs again. But you're at an important area, which is just that 8-hour structure. It looks to me like it's getting ready to break. Once that breaks, I'm pretty sure the all-time high is going to break right with it. And that would be helped along as if we get some dollar weakness this week, Bitcoin will be making all-time highs again. But if the dollar comes in strong this week, Bitcoin will probably trade range bound. This range here is still currently holding price. I don't know if we can find that. It's going to be maybe a 3-day chart. There it is. There's your range. So here's your 3-day range. That's your last bearish candle. You take the closing price of that bearish candle, the opening price of that bearish candle, and that's your range. Your 3-day, this is an inside day candle, an inside 3-day candle, and you're still working on an inside 3-day candle here, but there's 2 days for this thing to close. So yeah, I mean, pretty much this was the entry down here. We already had that notice. We put this line on the chart last week. I have not touched this line at 54,960. Have not touched it. You can see right here, you did not close below it. You tried to close below it again. Boom, big bullish pop. This is your new range. So any test lower, look for buying opportunities if you trade Bitcoin. I only buy it. So let's move on. Let's see if you guys got anything. You want to buy Silk Road 2 ounces of marijuana? I think they closed that down a little while back. I'm going to scroll up and just real quick. See if anything. What's going on, Tom? What's going up? How you doing, my man? How you doing? And then I seen Jay Bradley there as well. What is up? Thank you. That sounds good. If you don't mind, you can hit the like button for me. That'd be greatly appreciated. All right. Let me move a little bit lower. That looks like it. That looks like it's it. What's up, Aaron? What's up, Ajith? Members in the house, thank you guys so much. Mark Heath, we revisit Bitcoin USD, wondering if we see stronger move this weekend. Bitcoin looks good, man. It really does. I'm loving every minute of it. This thing traded down into this area right here, which is this was your support. It's not your support anymore. Right now, your support is this over here, right? 57,620. This was your support. It was resistance. All right, that was your resistance. You can clearly see on an 8-hour closing basis. Once this candle closed strong out of that level, that's your breakout. All right, this push up, and then you came back in. This is your retest. So this is your breakout retest, and you are witnessing resumption right now. So I mean, that looks bullish. It looks constructive. Can it be stopped right here? Yes, it can. We don't know what price is going to do. We have no clue. We look for high probable areas to take trades, and then we let time dictate whether we're going to be a winner or a loser on that trade. When I take these trades and I post them all over Twitter and everybody, so everybody can see, you know, it looks like I know exactly what I'm doing. Well, I do know what I'm doing, but I don't know if the trade's going to work out. Like I got stopped out yesterday on Euro USD overnight because I thought it was going to turn around and go up, and I took an overnight stop. So during the London session, it pushed down and took me out of that trade. I don't never know a trade's going to work. I take the trade based on what I know about charts and candlesticks, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, and that's when risk management comes into play. Once I get through all the basic stuff that I'm putting out right now with the strategy series that I'm putting together, once I get a little bit further in that, the next video that's coming out is going to be support and resistance, teaching you guys how to draw them, and then from that we'll start to get into strategy. But the risk mitigation part is going to be the most important part, as when you're trying to take day trades or scalping opportunities, especially, you're going to get stopped out a lot, because especially if you're a new trader, because you're not exactly sure as which areas you should be looking at and taking trades from. Sometimes you're not even sure as to what time. I mean, time is everything in taking those scalps. I am never looking to enter a fresh scalp after 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock at the latest. But if it's 9 o'clock and I'm not in a position, I'm probably not going to be in a position that day, because reality of the matter is the best time to enter a trade in the New York Open is as close to the New York Open as possible, because that's when the bulk of the volume comes in. Once the bulk of the volume comes in, then price is either going to trade away from that area or trade higher, and you want to be situated already for that movement when that move happens. So it's a lot to learn. It's a lot to learn. A scalping strategy is not the easiest way to trade. Swing trading is the easiest way to trade, because you got big candles, 8-hour daily candles, and those generally hold really good. And I can show you an example of this, for instance. Let's go here to Euro USD real quick. Obviously, tomorrow is the thing, but right here, this is an 8-hour. I want the daily, because that 8-hour, if you look at that 8-hour, let me get rid of this trend line, as it absolutely means nothing. All right, these two levels right here don't mean anything either. This is the level right here that matters. This is your daily level. So you got an 8-hour closure below that. Now, if you're looking at this 8-hour candle, that's the New York session. That looks good, right? That looks like it may have found the bottom. You did run all these stops down here, so this thing may turn around. But if you look at a daily candle, it tells a whole nother picture, right? This is your support. You did not close below it, even though you tested well within that support. You traded all the way back up, but you closed right there on the level. That closed bearish. That candle still closed bearish on the day. So if this candle would have closed bullish, I would be looking for buy entries probably Sunday night or Monday morning on this thing. But since it closed bearish, it's telling me that right now there's probably a pretty good chance that this thing wants to test this level from the other side, meaning the bearish side. Basically, Monday's candle probably going to close down here somewhere, and then Tuesday you're going to be testing that. And if that happens, I will be selling it. I will be selling it. But that's what swing trading is, a lot easier. Your ranges are a lot bigger as far as your stops and everything, but it's easier for new traders to grasp and get a hold of, instead of trying to find levels on 1 hour and 5-minute charts. But yeah, the dollar is going to be, it's going to be another dollar story next week, basically. And Bitcoin is going to be telling us what's going to happen. It looks constructive. It absolutely looks bullish. It's looking good. It's looking good. I would like to see that closure above that 8-hour structure, but man, this is good. This is good. You made a higher high. You made a higher low. It looks like you're moving up to make another higher high. That's as long as it's bear. It's not bearish until you start taking out levels down here. Then you're bearish, or not bearish. You're still bullish, but not looking like so good. This thing is super strong, man. Super strong. So many people buying it up. What's happening, Justin Parker? Glad you could make it. Sorry, didn't know when the stream started. It's all right, man. I'm having technical difficulties again, Boris. It's no big deal. I appreciate you for being here. I will go take a look at ETHUSD. I have not taken a look at ETHUSD because my mind is elsewhere because of this technical problems that I keep plaguing my channel. I will get worked around it though. Let's get rid of all these lines real quick because those are old. ETH is trading in a range. You made your low down here and you trade out of there very strongly. So you're range bound up here, which is, you would much rather something be range bound higher than lower. So if I was range bound, if ETH was range bound down here, for instance, wouldn't be looking so good. In fact, I would be looking for it to roll over eventually. But since it's range bound up here, I am looking for ETH to break out to the upside. Here are your daily current support level. Current, meaning you don't want to see a daily closure below that. Otherwise, you're coming back down here to test your last area. You could use that bearish candle there or just strike your line right there, as that would have been the greater resistance until you broke out. Once you broke out of there, that became support, but you never retested it. So as long as price is closing a daily candle above 157, spot 82, this is still a great area to look for buying opportunities, because this would be a retest of that level. Now, with it going up almost to highs and then rolling over and coming back to test, that doesn't look so good, but you're not even doing that. All I'm saying is you can come all the way down there and still look good. This thing is trading inside of this range. 1767 is your range low. 1921 is your range high. All right, so this is your range low, your range high. In order to find trading opportunities, you got to go into a smaller time frame. And look at here, you got an 8-hour closure above this stuff right here. That's good. You're coming in for a retest right now. So it looks like you may be making a bullish push up to 1921 in the next day or two, or the next 8 hours. Heck, I don't know. This thing can catch a bid and go crazy, but it's looking good, man. It looks very constructive. You put in a new high, you came down, you put in a low, you made a new high. You came back and tested that low, and you held it. So you're trading higher. Looks good. Looks completely constructive. I'm a long-term holder of ETH, and I'm a long-term holder of the Bitcoin. So I don't really trade these two pairs. I trade like ETH XBT, for instance, but it stung me once, so I'm not trading it. I'm currently short Litecoin versus Bitcoin. And some people are actually still trading Ripple. Let's go look at Ripple. I haven't looked at Ripple in a long time because you can't even trade it. Can't even trade it on Coinbase. So let's go look at. I was wanting to find a better. It doesn't look like you can trade it on Binance either. There's BitX, but that's Bitcoin. That's not even it. So it looks like cryptocurrency.com. I don't even know what this is. Yeah, man, this thing is jacked up. There's no way I'd be trading this. Not with the SEC investigation going on. I'm sure it does still have a use case, but yeah, I don't know. It looks like a lot of people are getting punished to the upside and to the downside. It looks like it just doesn't want to go anywhere. So stay away from that thing. Thank you so much. You were the man, my friend. Can we check ADABTC? Absolutely. Let's go look at ADABTC. Let's go over here to the Kraken side of things. Let's take a look at it. Let's get rid of those levels, go into a daily, find some new ones. So, yeah, Cardano was extremely strong. This is a daily chart. So this was when they dropped the news. So buying into news events and usually selling at the new on the news. So that's basically what happened here. You found support. Right here's your support level, 1788. So far you've traded away. You even took out this daily candle right here, this bullish candle. You got to close above that. Then you came back in, you retested it. And so far you're holding above it, but this like down here would probably be a good area. Let's go. No, I don't like that. That's your daily support. You've already traded out of there. Basically, you don't want to see what's happening right now. You want to see this candle hold a support. The candle that is currently on right now, you want to see this thing come out of there and take out the high of this last candle and close above it. You get that? That's a bullish sign. If this thing closes here or lower, 2110 or lower, it's probably coming back down to test somewhere else. Right here's your last bearish candle on a 4-hour, but these things don't have as much liquidity as Forex or your major US dollar pairings. So these structure levels don't work as good. They do still work, and they are targeted areas for you to look to put entries around. But I mean, this has got a lot of liquidity in it. At least it's not gapping every 4-hour candle. So it looks constructive. I mean, that was a strong bullish push. So you could test this level here. You get a 4-hour closure below that level, I wouldn't be buying it. I would wait to see if it comes down there, but it may not. It may hold support right here. You did currently get a 4-hour closure below that level, and you did close below that level too on an 8-hour. But like I said, you can see how this candle closed here and opened down here. That's because it's not got so much liquidity in it. It should have opened at the same price. So that was a gap down open. So yeah, it's kind of hard, but you did currently close the last candle below, and you're pushing lower. So let it give it time to see what this candle wants to do. If this candle takes out this candle's high on a bullish closure, yeah, that looks good. But right now it looks like it's testing for lower prices, and the next level is 1887 all the way down to here. All right. So I hope that helps. Dang, I've been sleeping on this channel. Yeah, a lot of people are, man. Like I said, it has a lot to do with the nonsense that's been plaguing this channel, but it's all good. I mean, it's going to grow. It grows every day. There's new subscribers every single day. The information that I provide on this channel, people are paying thousands and thousands of dollars for it. Little do they know they can just come right over here to little old trade talk and get it all. I mean, this is the stuff that I use to trade every single day. I've been trading this way for years. It's the only way I'll ever trade because I have seen the light, so to speak. It works for me. I'm posting winning scalping trades like 3-4 times a week, almost every single week, and have been for the last year and a half in C.T.M. I've been doing it longer than that. You know what I mean? And it's because of this style of trading. It's simple. You find your bullish and bearish candles and you work within them candles. Candles tell you everything you need to know. Everything you need to know. But thank you for showing up, Kyle. Ether Bitcoin is moving up strongly. Why wait for the support level? A strong resumption would be good entries. Well, I mean, it would be a breakout trade, Mark. You would essentially be buying a breakout trade, and I don't do that. So, like, I'm not giving you financial advice on this channel. I'm just giving you technical levels to watch, and also trying to basically, by doing this every single day, or not every day, but every weekend I go live, and then I throw out a few trade recap videos through the week, just so that way I beat into your head about how to watch these levels and how to assess out the market. Once you know that, then you'll be able to, you make your own trading decisions. But yeah, if you break out of this level and you close, that's a strong trade. I mean, it's a breakout. My problem with breakout trading is, where are you going to put your stop? Like, are you going to put your stop below this bullish candle? Because price can come all the way back to this bearish candle and still remain bullish. So let's break out the Wizard of Oz magic stuff here. So say you trade out of this area. All right, you get your breakout. Boom, you get up here, and then you close nice and strong. All right, so the next few sessions are going to cool off. You're going to have a close down here, and then boom, a dip can come all the way back down to the top of this bearish candle. And that is still constructive, and that is a buying area. So if you put your stop there, you're going to get stopped out just on this retest push once you break out. So I don't trade breakouts. It's just, I never could find success with them. I know a lot of people in the stock market that's how they trade. They trade once price trades lower than the daily low, they sell it. They sell the daily low. I don't do that because it never worked for me. I was always getting ran over. Price would go up, break out, and then 2 candles later be stopping me out. So that's the reason I don't want you trading breakouts too, but I can't tell you not to. Yeah, it's strong, man. It's bullish. It's bullish. I don't day trade Bitcoin or even swing trade it. I buy every red weekly close, and I have been for years. So I bought here, here. Every red weekly candle you see, I put a little bit of money in Bitcoin. That's just in my opinion, has been the best way to trade Bitcoin. Just buy the close of the weekly red candle. Boom, boom, boom. You see what I mean? And your cost basis is decent. My cost basis, I think, is around $5,000. And that's after putting on small piece up here. So, but I'm never buying with huge positions neither, guys. I'm putting on just a little bit of money on it. You know what I mean? I'm expecting to live many years from now. So hopefully I'll grow this thing into a big nest egg, but I don't trade it. It's got a lot of volatility and it has a ton of liquidity. You can trade it. You can, absolutely. You could day trade Bitcoin. But yeah, it looks strong. That's your breakout. Look strong. Look strong, man. But yeah, I'm not a breakout trader. Thank you, Jonathan, for the super chat. Appreciate it very much, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and unfortunately, you might have caught me at the end. That's okay, though. I will be back on tomorrow for the Forex Weekly Outlook. There's just a couple things that are moving in the crypto coin world right now with the pairs that I look at. There may be some other pairs that I don't look at that are on KuCoin and stuff like that, but the only things that I basically look at is on Kraken and Coinbase, because those are the two exchanges that I have, and Kraken is the tradable exchange. So I'm in a leverage short right now against Litecoin. And that's my short cost basis right there at 3.28 right here. I shorted this pop in price twice, and this is my average short cost basis. I thought this was going to roll over because it had here and here. So I assumed this would too, even though you got a daily closure above this level. I still didn't like it. This daily closure right here. So once we traded below this support, that's when I entered heavy. That's when I entered heavy. That's why my short cost basis is so low. I entered a small position up here. This was the support level or the resistance level that I was watching. Once this broke out, we'll go into a 4-hour chart so you can see what I'm talking about. This is that level. Once it broke out from here, this bullish push down into it, once that happened, people were expecting that this was your retest to get long. The very next candle was this bearish engulfing. As soon as we tested that level again on this candle, that was my entry. My stop was just above the top of that bearish candle. So that's why it's been in profit ever since, but it's only up 9%. The trade is only up 9%. Only is good. 9% on one trade is good. It's just taking forever. I thought this thing was going to roll over hard once we got this close below this swing low down here. But people are buying it. This is a cheap price for Litecoin, even against Bitcoin. Cheap price. So thank you so much again, Jonathan, for that. I really appreciate that. So if you guys don't have nothing else you want me to take a look at, I'm going to close her down. And once again, thank you, Karen Guo, for becoming a member. And thank you also, or was that it? I thought I seen two. Oh, there was the super chat. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. The next video is coming out is going to be support and resistance. I am going to be working on that just as soon as I get off this stream here. And it should be out by Monday, I'm hoping for, at least, because sometimes it takes a long time to do them when I try to do them good anyways. If I just whip them out real quick, and then I could put them out pretty much every day. I want it to be a good one, because it's a strategy video. Those are the videos that are absolutely going to help people become better traders. Checking out the comments again. And that was that one. There it is. There's a new member, Mark. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. It really makes me feel good when you guys show up and do all this stuff. But I feel like I have knowledge to give, and I don't care about, I'm not charging for it, man. Everybody on YouTube charges for the info that they give away for free anyways. You know what I mean? If you got 150,000 subscribers, why are you even selling courses? I understand why they do it, because they're not traders, most of them. I'm a trader. I don't need to sell courses. But it is what it is. I mean, it's a revenue stream, right? No, I'm gonna give you guys this info because I'm sick of watching people lose their money, man. Between what Jordan's teaching, what I'm teaching, You guys should be able to make a profitable strategy out of that. I mean, it's golden information. Oh, golden. But all right, guys, I will catch you tomorrow. I promise I'm going to do everything in my power to fix this problem, and we will have a great stream tomorrow. We're going to check out the FX pairs. There is a lot. Hang on real quick. There was something that I wanted to talk about, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was. Well, I'll talk about it tomorrow. I'll remember by then. I'll find it. I have it written down somewhere, and we'll discuss everything tomorrow. Next week's going to be a very pivotal week for the dollar, so make sure you show up for that. It will be at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be at the market open, all right? And I will catch you guys then. Thank you so much for the new members. Thanks for the super chat. I love you guys. Trade safe, trade smart. Happy trading, everybody.